Have you ever felt the searing heat of anger coursing through your veins, threatening to consume you entirely? You're not alone. Anger is a universal human experience. But what if I told you that ancient wisdom could help you tame this formidable beast? Imagine a life where you are no longer a slave to your emotions, where you can face challenges with clarity and composure. That's the power of Stoicism. In this video, we'll embark on a journey through the teachings of the great Stoic philosopher Seneca, uncovering practical strategies for managing anger and cultivating resilience. But be warned, this is no mere intellectual exercise. The teachings of Stoicism are meant to be lived, breathed, and applied in the crucible of daily life. By the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge and tools to start your own Stoic journey towards a life of greater equanimity and joy. So, are you ready to step into the arena and face your anger head-on? Let's begin our exploration of Seneca's timeless wisdom and discover the transformative power of Stoicism. Get ready to take control of your emotions and unleash your inner philosopher. Understanding anger through a Stoic lens. Picture this. You're in ancient Rome, walking the bustling streets, when you come across a man screaming at a shopkeeper. His face is red, his veins bulging, his anger palpable. You might think, what could have driven him to such fury? The Stoics, like the renowned philosopher Seneca, would argue that anger arises not from external events themselves, but from our judgments about those events. In his essay De Ira, or On Anger, Seneca wrote, "It is not the things themselves that disturb men, but their judgments about these things." This conceit is at the heart of the Stoic approach to managing anger. Stoicism teaches us that while we may not have control over what happens to us, we always have control over how we respond. When we give in to anger, we surrender that control and allow external circumstances to dictate our emotional state. But what exactly is anger according to the Stoics? Seneca described anger as a temporary madness, a loss of reason that leads us to act in ways we later regret. He argued that anger is not a natural or inevitable response, but a choice we make based on our perceptions and beliefs. Imagine a time when you felt angry. Maybe someone cut you off in traffic, or a coworker took credit for your work. In that moment, your anger likely felt justified, even righteous. But the Stoics would encourage you to step back and examine your judgments. Is the actions of one careless driver really worth ruining your entire day? Is your co-worker's behavior a reflection of your own worth and competence? By questioning our angry thoughts and beliefs, we can start to diffuse the power of anger and regain control over our emotions. But this is just the beginning. The Stoics also offer practical strategies for preventing anger from taking hold in the first place. Are you ready to learn these techniques and start your journey towards greater equanimity? In the next section, we'll explore 5 powerful Stoic practices for managing anger in daily life. Get ready to transform your relationship with this fiery emotion and unleash your inner Stoic sage. Practical Stoic techniques for managing anger. Welcome back, my fellow Stoics. In this section, we'll take a deep dive into the 5 powerful techniques for managing anger that we introduced earlier. These strategies, rooted in the wisdom of ancient Stoic philosophers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, are as relevant today as they were 2,000 years ago. Before we begin, let's consider a quote from Seneca. "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." This simple yet profound statement highlights a key principle of Stoic anger management: creating space between stimulus and response. By pausing, questioning our thoughts, and choosing our actions wisely, we can break free from the tyranny of anger and cultivate greater equanimity. So let's explore each technique in more detail, with practical examples and exercises you can start using today. 1. Recognizing and preventing anger. The first step in managing anger is developing self-awareness. Pay attention to the physical, mental, and emotional signs that indicate anger is brewing. Do you feel your heart racing, your face flushing, or your muscles tensing? Do you find yourself ruminating on negative thoughts or engaging in hostile self-talk? When you notice these signs, take a step back and engage in calming activities. This could be as simple as taking a few deep breaths, counting to 10, or taking a quick walk around the block. You could also try progressive muscle relaxation, where you systematically tense and relax different muscle groups to release physical tension. Another effective strategy is to create a calm kit, a collection of items that help you relax and recenter yourself. This might include soothing music, calming scents like lavender or chamomile, or a favorite book of poetry or inspirational quotes. The key is to catch anger early, before it gains momentum. As Seneca wrote, "The best plan is to reject straightway the first incentives to anger, to resist its very beginnings, and to take care not to be betrayed into it." 2. Questioning angry thoughts. When we're angry, our thoughts can become distorted and exaggerated. We might engage in all or nothing thinking, overgeneralization, or blame. The Stoics encourage us to question these thoughts rigorously, looking for evidence and alternative perspectives. For example, let's say you're angry because a coworker missed a deadline, delaying your project. Your initial thought might be, "They're so irresponsible, they don't care about anyone but themselves." To question this thought, you might ask yourself, is this really true? Have they been irresponsible in the past, or is this a one-time occurrence? Could there be other factors at play, like a personal emergency or a miscommunication? Is it fair to assume they don't care about anyone else based on this one incident? How might a neutral observer perceive this situation? By interrogating your angry thoughts, you can often find alternative explanations that diffuse your anger. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it?" 3. Focusing on what you can control. One of the central tenets of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, the idea that some things are within our control while others are not. When we're angry, it's often because we're focusing on things outside our control, like other people's actions or unforeseen circumstances. The Stoics encourage us to focus on what we can control, our own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. For example, if you're stuck in traffic and feeling angry, you can't control the traffic itself, but you can control your response to it. You might choose to use the time to listen to a podcast, practice deep breathing, or mentally plan your day. Similarly, if you're angry with a family member or friend, you can't control their behavior, but you can control how you communicate with them, setting boundaries and expressing your needs assertively and respectfully. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By focusing on what's within your control, you can cultivate a sense of agency and empowerment, even in challenging situations. 4. Practicing gratitude and positivity. Gratitude is a powerful tool for shifting our focus from what's wrong to what's right in our lives. When we're feeling angry, taking a moment to reflect on the things we're thankful for can help put our frustrations into perspective. One simple practice is to keep a gratitude journal where you write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. They can be big things, like a supportive partner or a meaningful career, or small things, like a delicious cup of coffee or a beautiful sunset. Another strategy is to cultivate a positive mindset by looking for the silver lining in difficult situations. For example, if you're angry about a cancelled flight, you might reframe it as an opportunity to catch up on reading or spend extra time with your travel companion. As Seneca wrote, "A man is as unhappy as he has convinced himself he is." By actively practicing gratitude and positivity, we can train our minds to focus on the good even in the face of adversity. 5. Viewing frustrations as opportunities. The Stoics believed that every obstacle carries with it the seed of opportunity. When we encounter frustrations or setbacks, we can choose to view them as chances to learn, grow, and develop our character. For example, let's say you're working on a challenging project at work and feeling frustrated by roadblocks and setbacks. Instead of getting angry, you might ask yourself, what skills can I develop through this experience? How can I use this challenge to become more resilient and adaptable? What can I learn about myself and my work style through navigating these obstacles? By reframing frustrations as opportunities, we can transform anger into a catalyst for personal growth. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Putting it all together. Integrating these 5 techniques into your daily life takes practice and patience. Start by choosing 1 or 2 strategies that resonate with you and commit to using them regularly. Over time, you'll develop a toolkit of anger management skills that you can draw upon in any situation. Remember, the goal is not to never feel angry. Anger is a natural human emotion that can sometimes serve a purpose. Rather, the goal is to develop a healthier relationship with anger, one characterized by self-awareness, reflection, and constructive action. As you practice these Stoic techniques, be kind and compassionate with yourself. Changing long-standing patterns of thinking and behavior takes time. Celebrate your successes, learn from your setbacks, and keep moving forward. And don't forget to lean on the wisdom of the Stoics for guidance and inspiration. As Seneca wrote, "The mind that is anxious about future events is miserable." By focusing on the present moment, questioning our thoughts, and choosing our actions wisely, we can cultivate the inner peace and resilience that the Stoics so highly valued. So go forth, my fellow Stoics, and embrace the challenges of life with equanimity and grace. Remember, the power to master your anger lies within you. It's just a matter of unlocking it, 1 moment at a time. Wow! We've covered a lot of ground in this section. Take a moment to reflect on which of these techniques resonates with you the most. Can you think of a recent situation where you could have applied one of these strategies? Remember, mastering your anger is a lifelong journey, but with these Stoic tools in your arsenal, you're well on your way to greater equanimity and resilience. But don't go anywhere just yet. In the next section, we'll tie all these ideas together and explore how you can start incorporating Stoic practices into your daily life. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Congratulations, my fellow Stoics in training. You've made it to the end of our exploration of Seneca's timeless wisdom on anger management. Let's take a moment to recap the key insights we've uncovered. We began by examining anger through a Stoic lens, recognizing that it arises not from external events themselves, but from our judgments about those events. We learned that while we cannot control what happens to us, we always have control over how we respond. We then delved into 5 practical Stoic techniques for managing anger. 1. Recognizing and preventing anger by paying attention to its early signs and engaging in calming activities. 2. Questioning angry thoughts and finding alternative perspectives. 3. Focusing on what we can control, our own thoughts, emotions, and actions. 4. Practicing gratitude and cultivating a positive mindset. 5. viewing frustrations as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. By incorporating these strategies into our daily lives, we can begin to transform our relationship with anger and cultivate greater equanimity and resilience. But the journey doesn't end here. The teachings of Stoicism are meant to be lived, not just studied. As you go forward, I encourage you to start small. Choose one technique that resonates with you and commit to practicing it for a week. Notice how it affects your emotional state and your interactions with others. Remember, mastering your anger is a lifelong process. There will be setbacks and challenges along the way, but with each obstacle you overcome, you'll grow stronger and more resilient. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So, my friends, go forth and embrace your inner Stoic. Face your anger with courage and wisdom, knowing that you have the tools to transform it into a source of personal growth and fulfillment. And who knows, perhaps one day you'll be the one sharing your hard-earned wisdom with others, inspiring them to lead lives of greater equanimity and joy. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Seneca's timeless teachings. Until next time, keep questioning, keep growing, and keep embracing the power of Stoicism.